I love kids. Life is too short. Don't be afraid to commit arson. I let my 1-year-old daughter play with my phone and she ordered 1 onion on Deliveroo. Just 1. Guys, you don't know how angry I am. Oh, I can imagine. My 3-year-old daughter stuck this in my nose while I was sleeping. You're lucky it didn't go further up in your nose. Wow. My friend's son wrote their cat a letter from summer camp. Dear Willow, meow, 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 meow. Love, Jackson. My little sister put a corn dog in the microwave for 26 minutes. I can't fix his cracker. Oh, this is an important life lesson. Can we all just take a moment to appreciate how awesome my niece is at hiding? Where is she? Fun fact, as a kid, I made a custom shirt by taping a piece of paper to a normal shirt. I didn't know what to put, so I just wrote my shirt. I didn't know there was an orange shirt, so it just wrote my I thought my coffee tasted weird, so I checked the security camera and saw my son peed in it. My 4-year-old brother said he was scared to grow up and cried for like 10 minutes. I asked him why he was so scared, and he said he was scared of drinking coffee. It's because every adult drinks coffee. No one has energy. The perfect advertisement doesn't exist. My boy who runs at the sight of vegetables, but also loves his peanut butter and spinach sandwiches. I'd rather have vegetables than spinach like this. Ugh. We wouldn't let him swim in the sea. He can't swim and it's 6 degrees. I wouldn't let him touch a washed up jellyfish. What was the dumbest way you almost died? As a kid, I swallowed about 15 pennies because I was acting like a piggy bank. Okay, that is fun. It's such a kid thing to do. That's perfect. You're a funny kid. 6-year-old couldn't remember the word tomorrow, so she called it next today. So that's the word now. When I was younger, I used to make a mess on purpose and not clean it because I thought janitors got paid on how much they cleaned. Wouldn't let her eat the bath bomb. My son asked my wife if he could sleep in bed with her. She said, no, sleep in your own bed. He said, then why does dad always go to sleep in your bed? I'm not sure my kids understand that I'm not actually one of them. Nobody declines a call faster than a 3-year-old watching YouTube. Sometimes I pause the game to let the runner catch a breath, my 8-year-old cousin. When my niece was little, she burst out crying at school during a drug talk because her dad sells drugs. He's a pharmacist. I'm in a group chat with a mail carrier and he shared this letter. Sad Diego. You can rob my house, South England. Teacher said, draw your best friend's face. So he drew on her face. This is a very stupid kid. Don't say your address in comments of YouTube. Don't tell anyone your address. What is this again? Please tell me. I think you need to do that thing a couple more times and I'll tell you what it is. They tried lemons in my 2.5-year-old's class and I'm dying. What did the lemon taste like? Good. Yellow. Taste my yellow. Sour yellow. Yellow. Sour. Blue. Yellow. Good. Tim Nora? What? Just watched a child call Spider-Man the Fortnite guy. I just lost the will to live. Isn't Spider-Man the Fortnite guy? Sean said the word green. Absolute mayhem. Doesn't touch a single base and passed his teammate at the second. Mum just told me that when one of my sisters saw a chicken for the first time, aged 18 months, she laughed so hard she vomited. I accidentally flushed the toilet instead of letting my kid do it, which in the toddler community is a crime punishable by death. Not at this time. You've been out most of the day. We are just home and you were up at 3 this morning, so no chance. You're going to bed and you're going to sleep. You can maybe see them tomorrow. Just stop, babe. It's bedtime. Please, Mum. Come on, give the kid whatever she wants. She's crying. I babysat a 2-year-old once who called her dad Daddy and her mum Pancake. In 4th grade, I went on a 2-week vacation and missed school, and my best friend told everyone at school that I moved to Russia. Everyone believed it. In 5th grade, I went on vacation again, and he told everyone that I died. They believed it again. We cracked the code to potty training our daughter. Spider-Man underwear. It took her picking out her own Spider-Man underwear to completely potty train herself. She won't have an accident. She can't go potty on Spider-Man. I can't believe that's all it took. My son, 4 years old, who has grown up watching us talk to Siri and Alexa, thinks you can talk to anything that has a screen or is plugged into the wall. This morning he told the toaster to order him a new Lego set. Took our kids to a restaurant for the first time in over a year. As my 6-year-old crouched in her chair eating a burger patty like a feral child, my 4-year-old tried to remove her pants and painted her face with ketchup. It occurred to me that maybe we weren't ready to re-enter society. Kid at the park just told me it's her birthday. I asked how old she is and she said 5.5. I wished her a happy birthday, but I crossed my fingers when I did it. What's 33? Okay, math. The answer is actually infinite. Yes, that's an answer. My 11-year-old said she wrote it backwards, so the airplanes can read it from the air. but she's being considerate. One time when I was 6, my mum caught me trying to eat pure sugar out of the container. So she stopped and said, "Would you like to have something even sweeter?" And of course, little naive 6-year-old me said yes. Yes, I would. So she said, "Smell it first and then decide." Then handed me a bottle of straight vanilla extract, and of course it smelled like the tears of Jesus, so I said yes, give me. And she let me take a huge swig, and this is why I have trust issues. A 7-year-old asked to interview me about the craft of storytelling, and after each of my answers, she said, "Correct," and passively wrote 2 letters at random on a note card. One time she drew a frog instead. My daughter told her teacher that I love murder, but forgot to include the TV show's part, so our next meeting should be fun. My 4-year-old thinks he's a ninja, so my wife took a before picture and showed him. He thinks he's completely invisible in front of our black appliance. This is currently in toy timeout. Evelyn was swinging it like a warhammer. My 3-year-old asked what my favorite animal is, and when I said penguin, she yelled, "No, it isn't!" And then she yelled at me until I agreed that my favorite animal was a bat, and I don't like bats. Or 3-year-olds. Attempting to communicate with my 12-year-old. "Do you want pizza for dinner?" Likely to mean switching off as soon as we're home. Costco or Aldi? So Costco then. Aldi? They said Costco, they thumbs up. When there's a thumbs up, you don't change the yes. A yes is a yes. Lions can hunt and kill their own food by the time they're 3 months old. My 3-year-old couldn't find her lunchbox, and it was in her other hand. I can't believe we're at the top of the food chain. Well, I've been wearing a hat and wondered to myself, where the hell is my hat? It does not change when you get older. Some things just don't change. Bought a Costco sheet cake because I figured we could use some cheer around her. Toddler completely freaked out, demanding to know whose birthday it was. I explained you can just buy a cake when you want if you're a grown-up. Long back and forth. Eventually agreed it's my birthday. "Can I put my balls in your jaws? It's a meme people sing at school. What does it mean?" "What does "can I put my balls in?" Dude, go to bed. In the best yet things my nephews have done, the 7-year-old ordered a burger today and was asked if he wanted it medium. "Could you please make it very large?" he asked. Told that the choice was between medium or well done. He asked if the chef could do the best he could. Yes, this game is for noobs and boomers. If you play this now, I will call the police now and right now. Draws picture, spills juice on picture, crumples picture, drops picture on floor, walks on top of picture, kicks picture across room, finds picture in garbage. Why would you throw this away, Mom? I missed the episode of Blue Clues where Steve left for college when I was a kid. When I saw an episode without him, I asked my brother what happened, and he said he got trampled by horses in the last episode. There was no way for me to Google it at the time. 4-year-old, I wrote a story in my notebook. What's it about? I don't know, I can't read. Preschool problems. Stealing my parents' credit card for V-Bucks. I mean, this is stonks, right? Stealing credit card for V-Bucks. Not only does he get his parents' money, he gets 300k on YouTube. Please note, only one Barney died in the making of this upgrade kit. What could possibly go wrong? I think we're seeing what's went wrong. The TV is falling. Just told my son they popping fireworks for my birthday, and he believed me. He said, "They really love you, Daddy." Kids are so gullible. I made homemade broccoli cheddar soup for dinner and kind of filtered out the big chunks of veggies for my 2-year-old so he wouldn't be turned off. He immediately started crying and refused to eat it. After 15 minutes of tears, we learned he wanted the big chunks like you guys. Toddlers. My old neighbors apparently thought it would be a good idea to let their 3-year-old name their dog. The dog was named Dump Truck. 5-year-old daughter. We watched the president today at school. You did? Do you know the president's name? Lady Gaga. Yep. Once when I was like 9, I went to a Mexican restaurant and there was a hole in my tortilla. For some reason, the most logical thing for me to do was just cry. Now my entire family bullies me relentlessly every time they see a tortilla. 6-year-old me was so stupid. Once my mom told me to watch out for my bouncy ball or I might get lost in the fields. What did I do? I stared my mum dead in the eye and threw it into the fields on purpose. No, you should be scared of bouncy balls because they can hit you in your eye and give you a migraine. It was a delayed migraine too. The kids are eating leftover ribs my dad dropped off. Why do ribs have bones? Me? Because they're ribs. Shows on their body where the ribs are. A few minutes pass. Mum, do animals have ribs too? Yes, that's what you're eating now. Ribs from a pig. These aren't humans? Wait, the kid thought he was eating a human? My 6-year-old sister says she's smarter than anyone. So ask a question and my 6-year-old genius sister will answer. What is the quadratic equation? Math. Tell her I'm sorry for not trusting her. Me. Spends time picking out stuffed animals I think my daughter will love and get attached to. My daughter. Sleeps with and carries around a lemon. Space is so big. Space is about 50 suns. Can I keep going? If you ask again with correct spelling. Can I keep going? Try again. Can I continue on? Even better than keep. They said having a kid is expensive. No one told me the idiot will literally piss on a MacBook. Just found out that my son has been been telling people I got laid instead of laid off, so there's that. Yeah, just a kid bringing a horse into your room. It's very cute letting my toddler snuggle up next to me on the couch and play with his cars while I send him emails, until he throws a chuck on my keyboard and I've just sent a blank email to an editor with the subject line, "Submission, RDIKL." Damn, I was the stupidest kid. I put 2 different DVDs in the DVD player because I thought the characters would meet and make a new movie. My toddler, who was not previously accustomed to being awake after dark, just looked outside and screamed, "Where's the backyard?" I hated muffins until I was 17 and saw someone remove the wrapper on the bottom of a muffin before eating one. Prior to this, I thought it was just part of the muffin eating experience and would angrily eat muffin wrappers because I thought I had to. I've got some great news about baby boat cheese. I hope you're sitting down. I wonder where you're going with this. How to lose at hide and seek. Me, eyes closed. 1, 2, 3. 4-year-old whispers, "Dad, can I hide in your shirt?" I'll play this with my 5-year-old niece sometimes, and I'll pretend I don't immediately know where she is because I'm not an a-hole. But if I do that for more than 10 seconds, she'll scream, "I'm here!" Then get surprised whenever I find her after she screams that. When I was 6, a kid's dad died for a week, so I tried to pretend to be his dad so he didn't feel sad, and my teacher asked I be tested for autism. I mean, you were 6, but this seems crazy. I don't think I would do this when I was 6. A tip to new parents. 3-year-olds will lock you out of the house in the snow without remorse and will think it's the funniest thing that's ever happened in the history of the world. Kid behind me on this plane has asked and then answered 1 million pertinent questions about our flight, including, how do pilots use the bathroom? Guess what? They don't. Pilots don't have butts. Tell about a time when you changed your opinion about someone or something. When my brother was born, I wanted him to die, but now I don't. End of story. Wonder how old this kid is. Pretty odd to reflect. I cancelled a Zoom call mid-presentation because my 9-year-old told me water was running all over the bathroom floor. I tricked a 4-year-old into not wanting my Nutella by calling it hazelnut butter. Evil. Kids are the best, man. They will get all shocked when you figure out they did something wrong. Like, "Mom, how did you know I colored on the table?" Because you wrote your name on it? 9-year-old didn't want to try my lemon loaf, but when I rebranded it as lemon cake, he was interested. This can be said about a lot of things. So my kids have a Shrek mask. They play a game named Hide and Shrek. It's like hide and seek, except the seeker is Shrek, and when he finds them, he yells, "Get out of my swamp," and chases them. As the seeker is moving through the house, he quietly sings All Star. Can't even have Mr. Beast in Hawaii. Yeah, we can't. So when I was like 7 or something, I was at the airport with my mum and a service dog. I had a Minecraft creeper themed backpack with a pocket that looked like TNT. So 7-year-old me thought it was the greatest idea to announce that I had TNT in my backpack in front of security. I was so lucky the security guard understood Minecraft and it only added an extra 2 hours of security check. Yep, I'm very confused as to how I'm alive today as well. People who think he's in the back rooms. Yep, he replied 5 minutes later, yep. He was affirming what he said. Yep, he still agrees even 5 minutes later. This kid, man, things have changed. How do they think this would work? This is for your period 8 class. I'm emailing you to let you know that I would not be able to finish the homework assignment for tomorrow night because I have a party that night. Is there any way I can get an extension? I mean, they're asking you. Me in school? Yeah, I'm not asking the teacher. I'm just missing it. And I'm a lie. I'm a corrupt the file. I'm gonna say, oh, the file doesn't work. I'll send it to you tomorrow. I was like 14, 15. I said my grandpa sleeps around because he can take a nap literally anywhere and my grandma stopped the car. My son was provoking me by repeatedly shoving a dirty leaf into his mouth, so I offered him special eating leaves. And now he's a 4-year-old enjoying a bowl of salad for dinner. He's a brontosaurus. Macomb County child orders 1K worth of Grubhub when playing on his dad's phone. Parenting is okay, except for every once in a while when my 3-year-old requests ham hands for lunch, which is when she takes 2 handfuls of ham and eats it in the living room while she watches TV. I just smoked an 8-pound pork butt for 9 hours because my kids said they would eat pulled pork. 5 minutes before it was done, they all said they wanted hot dogs instead. And if that doesn't sum up parenting, my 3-year-old calls Falonce mummy's special nose medicine. And now my neighbor thinks I do drugs. My mum found an assignment I did in 3rd or 4th grade where I had to describe my role model. I chose my mum, then said she's my role model because she does stuff for me. And the photo I chose was one of her chugging a drink. When I was 10, I told my mostly white class that I was Japanese, and a little white white girl raised her hand and said, "You can't say Japanese, you have to say Asian," and everyone agreed. My kids realized that I was missing Glastonbury this year, so they put on a music festival for us in the garden. It was, and I cannot stress this enough, awful. I remember when I was 6, I got a hold of my dad's ID and it had an expiration date. I spent 3 hours crying because I thought that was the day he was set to die on. He asked me why I was crying and I didn't tell him because I was scared he was gonna cry as well. Today I saw a kid at the supermarket which suddenly started staring at me, realizing I only have one hand, and ran away shouting, "Mom, the zombies are coming!" Do you want to get banned? No, I have a smart band. 3rd degree. Yeah, you don't get 3rd degrees from the bath, buddy. Let's try. Could be very hot though. The toddler period is wild. My kid threw a fit because there were no eggs in a box he opened. The box itself was just a box. There was no indication that there could possibly be any eggs inside, but here we are. My child is throwing a fit. Reason: didn't get to see her poop before grandma flushed it down the toilet. Grandma is apologizing. Leah is refusing to be assaged. She just wants her poop back. It's been 20 minutes. Did you take your birth control? You're welcome. I can't believe I lost this stupid game. I hate it so much. Yeah, it gives you bad. We can't find my 6-year-old's glasses. Today we asked him where they were, and he said, and I quote, "I threw them in the garbage yesterday. The lenses were dirty." Today my 7-year-old came into the room crying. I asked him what happened, and he said that his 5-year-old brother put 80 cows in his house in Minecraft while he was offline, and that it was entirely too many cows. And honest, I have no idea how to parent any of this. Lava. When I was 8 years old, my mum found me eating grass in the front yard. When she asked why, I said, "Because then I can pee milk like a cow." What country is that? Wait, not a country. My 3-year-old kept saying she wants a spirit guest, needs a spirit guest, and has a spirit guest. And like 4 exorcisms later, I just realized she was talking about asparagus. When is Tetris 100 coming out? Why is it called Tetris 99? Hey dad, here's the chapter Ethan, you can't rickroll your dad. Nice try, it shows the title. Ah, tomatoes so we can make french fries. Austin, pointing to a bag of frozen mangoes. Every Friday is Pizza Friday for dinner in our house. I asked the boys to text me what 2 large pizzas they wanted. 9 texted me, "We want 1/2 cheese and half pepperoni, and the other half cheese, half pepperoni." I said, "Okay, 1 pep, 1 cheese." No. Now we're arguing. "So you still haven't responded to my message. Give me your password. I'm gonna hack you if you don't. You have 1 minute or I release your IP to the world." Okay, this guy is not a hacker. Parents beware. Teens are apparently daring each other to disappear for 2 days in hopes their picture will show up on social media. I think you guys would find out instantly if I disappeared because I just wouldn't post videos. I bought my son a book about bats, and halfway through it he shouted, "What, bats are real?" Well, this time he thought they were made up for Halloween, like ghosts and witches. It'd be a bit scarier if ghosts and witches were real too. Mum, yes honey? Is that poop in the toilet? No. We need to get out of here. Like for part 2. 6,000 likes. Where is part 2? So Toy Story was my favorite animated movie as a kid. I even had a Woody and Buzz, but the absolute disappointment on my face when I found out Pizza Planet wasn't real can only be described by my mum as the saddest you ever were. Make Pizza Planet real. My kids have 2 fishes and named them Dave and Dave. I asked them how they can tell them apart, and my youngest son said, "One of them is Scottish, so you pronounce it differently." So we've got Dave and Dave. Dave? Dave? I don't know how you say that in Scotland. I mean, what do you say to that? What was the dumbest thing you thought as a kid? My cousin used to tell me the doors to his closet were big white chocolate bars, and I believed him, but he said I could never try to eat them. But one day I snuck into his room and tried to bite the door, and it wasn't working, and I got so mad I just pooped in his closet. I wonder how long it took for him to find poop in his closet. Probably pretty quick by the smell. My 9-year-old brought this home today, so you decided to post this on Reddit then going back to school. Interesting. Maybe you're a kid too. Telling my kids about jury duty and me. So I can't tell anyone about how the case is going, not even my family. Student, not even a baby. Can you tell me why a baby would be concerned with this court case? Because babies can see ghosts. And scene. Dad, can you pick me up? My friend sent me this, so please try it. Close your left hand. Keep it closed. Find 1 different number. And it always ends up being like, send this to 10 people or you're gonna get cursed. I did this as a kid. Never sent it to my parents though. My son will only eat Paw Patrol string cheese because he swears it tastes the best. I was tired of paying extra for it and bought the generic brand, but he said it didn't taste the same and wouldn't eat it. So yesterday I put Paw Patrol stickers on it and he ate 2 in a row. See mummy, I told you the Paw Patrol cheese tastes better. That's cute. It's placebo. Thinking about how as a kid I was afraid to sleep alone in my room because I thought a ghost lived in my closet. So every night I would wake up and move into my parents' room to sleep on the itchy wool rug on the floor. It was a bit under their bed, and I wanted to lie on it perfectly, so I would also be a bit under the bed. But I also loved to eat ice cubes, so while I was up in the dead of the night, I would go grab an ice cube from the freezer. Then I would sneak into their room and lie down and start crunching on my ice cube. And without fail, my dad would wake up and be like, "Are you really eating ice in here at 3 a.m. again?" Then I would swallow the whole ice cube really fast. Anyway, I think I'm ready for kids. I think about losing sleep every night because there's an 80-pound sentient creature halfway under my bed just eating ice. When I was a kid, I really needed to pee, but it was during a final exam in 5th grade and I couldn't go. I decided that it was a good idea to pee myself a little so I could hold on a little more. It didn't go as I wanted, and I ended up pissing myself even more than a tiny amount. I had a black skirt, so no one noticed the fact that I had purposely peed. Hold on, this might have happened to a few more people at school, because some people kind of smell